A helpful way to think about a nested for loop, if this looks kind of confusing, is to just think about each loop as a separate thing that just kind of work in combination. So instead of writing it this way, I'm going to write it as a function so that maybe it can. Some people find this helpful for understanding nested for loops. So we'll switch to active mode of processing, and we're going to set up the size of our window, 100 by 300. Then we're going to write the main loop, the draw loop. And remember, of course, put the y for loop. So for int y, circle y, let's say, circle y, and we'll set it equal to 50, right? That's where we want to start. We want to proceed as long as circle y is less than or equal to 250. And each time through our loop, we want to add 100 to our y. So we want the y coordinate to go down by 100 pixels each time. Circle y. I don't know why I always forget it there. Okay, now we're going to create a function to draw a row of circles. Draw a circle row that takes in a y coordinate. And we need this to be a loop, right? Because it's supposed to draw a row of circles. So let's do another for loop for int x, now because we're talking about drawing a row, equals, what do we started at? We started at 25. We're going to go as long as x is less than or equal to 75. And each time through the loop, we want x to be incremented by 25. And then, but we're not going to draw the ellipse just at a static y coordinate. We're going to use whatever's passed over to us for the y coordinate. Okay, so somebody who wants to use this function decides, okay, we want to, this function or method tells the person, hey, you got to tell me which y coordinate, how far down the screen you want me to draw this row. Okay, well, great. Let's draw the row of ellipses at circle x. Oh, at x, sorry, I just used the variable x. And the y from whatever is passed over. And we'll just make it 20 and 20 again for the sake of being able to see things consistently. And now, inside our draw loop is the y coordinate for loop. So this will proceed down. So 50 is the first value, then the second value it reaches is 150, and then 250. And so at each of those y values, let's draw a row of circles. So draw a circle row. And we'll say, well, we want to draw the circle row at what y value? At the circle y value. And so we're going to pass it, whatever. We're going to use this pizza paddle to hand this method a value that it receives and stores in its quantity called, or its container called y, and then makes use of it. So if we run this program, it'll have the exact same consequence as the previous program. In fact, this is being drawn 60 times a second, which you can't really see. I mean, we could make it flicker and do all kinds of stuff. But so that's one way to think about nested for loops.